Big victory for accused quadruple murderer Bryan Kohberger. A judge today granted his request for a change of venue from the idyllic town of Moscow, Idaho, where the infamous murders of the 4 University of Idaho students Kohberger's accused of killing took place back in November 2022. Today's ruling, a judge agreed with the defense's claims that Kohberger could not get a fair trial in Moscow, writing, considering the undisputed evidence presented by the defense, the extreme nature of the news coverage in this case and the smaller population in Latah County, the defense has met the rather low standard of demonstrating reasonable likelihood that prejudicial news coverage will compromise a fair trial. The judge made the ruling after the defense claimed there was a mob mentality in the community. A defense expert conducted a phone survey, which became controversial, which community members described what would happen if Kohberger was acquitted. Things like, quote, they'd burn the courthouse down. Outrage would be a mild description. They'd probably find him and kill him. There would likely be a riot and wouldn't last long because outside someone would do the good old boy justice. The judge's ruling comes despite some of the victims' families demanding the trial stay in Moscow. The Gonsalves family, speaking with NewsNation's Brian Kohberger on the day of the venue change hearing.
Of course, we'd rather it stay in Latah. Yeah. Just out of convenience sake and out of the fact that this is where it happened, this is where it deserves to be tried.
Idaho's a large state. You're talking another 12 hours of travel. We wouldn't be able to go home at the same day. Now you're staying overnight. And like you said, this is the community that was, this
victimized.
Person. They victimized them, and the justice deserves to be felt local, and they have a hand in it.
And Kaylee's mom says no amount of distance is going to stop her from looking the man in the eye she believes brutally murdered her daughter.
Is it hard, like not to look at him, or do you try to just listen to what they're saying? Or?
I look at him. I especially when he walks in, I'll look right at him. I'm just dying for him to look over, make eye contact.
Joining us now is NewsNation senior national correspondent Brian Kohberger, who's been following the story from the beginning right there in Moscow, Idaho. All right, Brian, so you spent a lot of time in Moscow. You met the family members, community, et cetera. I can't imagine this is a particularly surprising ruling because it is, A, such a small community, and B, it's not just that everyone knows about it. I've got to believe that everyone in that community has a strong opinion about it already.
Yeah, it's not a surprise, Dan. I mean, the defense had these experts. They did the telephone survey. It was pretty clear that there were a lot of people in that small town that had a strong opinion about Bryan Kohberger. Also, it's just not well equipped for a big trial. I've been there and so many times in this small little courtroom. There's only a couple of deputies. You see the same deputy every single time. They don't have a place for the defense and the prosecution to meet with all of their experts, which the judge laid out. So that part really wasn't a surprise that they granted the change of venue. What surprised me, though, Dan, is that the judge wants off the case. In this motion that he filed, he said not only does he want there to be a change of venue, but he's now leaving it up to the Supreme Court of Idaho to also assign a new judge. So it'll be a new judge in a new jurisdiction.
And again, it will stay in the state of Idaho, but we don't know exactly where at this point.
We don't. It looks like it could possibly be Ada County, which is Boise. That's where Lori Vallow's trial was. They've got a big complex, a judicial complex, a big courthouse. They've got a secret entrance where the jurors come in. They've got plenty of space. They've got plenty of sheriff's deputies. They've done high-profile trials before. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's Boise. The family, though, would prefer they go to a county right next to Moscow. That way it won't be such a hardship for them. The drive is like 5 hours for some of these family members to go all the way to Boise, which would be really, really difficult, especially because it's a 3-month trial.
Yep, I think we have to keep that in mind as we think about this case as well. Brian, as always, thank you. Good to see you. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.